Hey everybody, welcome back to Cody Tarot. Okay, so this is in honor of October and spooky season. This reading is how to conquer your fear, or the fear, your biggest fear. The fear that might be coming through in the reading today might not necessarily be the biggest, but it's going to be the one that the cards want you to work on conquering the soonest, basically, or the one that they want you to work on, essentially. So with that said, let's get started with today's pick a card. Sorry, I'm feeling very theatrical, as you can tell. Okay, so we have three groups in front of us. Group 1, 2, and 3. Group 1 is the Shangaan Amethyst. Group 2 is the Tangerine Quartz. And Group 3 is the Candle Quartz. So I'll show you those up individual one by one. And then once you've selected your group, you can scroll to the timestamp in the comments or description box that is associated with that said group, and it'll fast forward you to your selected reading. So without further ado, let's get started. So group 1, we have the Shangaan Amethyst. It's group 1. Group 2, we have the Tangerine Quartz. It's group 2. And group 3, we have the Candle Quartz. So 3 groups to choose from. If you need a moment, just pause that video and take a moment. Sometimes for me, it helps to take a big deep breath before picking a crystal. That can also help. Without further ado, though, let's get into the reading on how to conquer your fear. Hey Group 1, welcome to your reading. If you pick the Shangaan Amethyst, this will be your reading today. Let's get started. I have dimmer lighting in this room than I normally do. Normally there's like a backfill that comes in from this direction, but I just got this lighting and then also the candle lit today. So let's see, let's get started. Okay, I have to remember what decks was I gonna use. Oh yeah. Covering your biggest fear. First deck I want to use today is this crystal reading cards by Rachel Charman. Okay, let's get you guys a card. This is the card that wants to come out for your reading. We have Ruby and Shine. Now we're going to pull a card from the traditional manga tarot. We're going to pull some tarot cards from here. And let's pull from right here. We have 5 cards in front of us today. And let's get some playing cards on the table. I'll pull 1 playing card, actually. Okay, and your playing card today is the Jack of Spades. And last, a deck I rarely use on this channel, the Work Your Light Oracle cards by Rebecca Campbell. These cards will represent partly the solution to the issue, or just general other information. But yeah, these cards will provide a solution to the issue. So your Work Your Light card is Trust Your Path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? Let's flip over your tarot cards and see what you have for today's reading. We have the 5 of Swords. Because I don't know how long I'm going to keep up this voice. I don't know how long I can hold it. But I'll do it for a little bit. We have the 6 of Cups. We have the Page of Wands. We have the 2 of Wands. And we have the Queen of Wands. Wow. All right. Okay, let's get into your reading. Okay, guys. So First, I see with the Ruby card here with Shine, there is this strong element that there's a fear of being in the limelight, or there's a fear of getting attention or garnering attention or having the attention focused on you. I think for a lot of your life, you've put the focus on other people. And there's a fear there that if the focus is on you, it could be not just positive attention, but also negative attention. I am seeing with the Five of Swords and the next to the Six of Cups, kind of filling into the Five of Swords, there was a dominant authoritative figure in your past. Could be a parent, could be an aunt or uncle, could even be a grandparent, but I'm not seeing that so much. This authoritative energy, right, had a strong effect on your childhood. Even though I see with the Six of Cups here, you had a positive childhood overall, with this Five of Swords dominating energy, they were kind of a splotch or kind of like a sore spot in your childhood that kind of was a thorn in your side always. This person may have lied to you. We see here with the Jack of Spades, and part of your fear is being lied to, essentially, or being ripped off. I think if you guys feel that if you're center of the attention, someone could either rip you off or take something from you or take a part of you because you're too visible or too seen. Now, with the Six of Cups here, this is Scorpio energy. Five of Swords, I believe, is Aquarius energy. These two energies tend to not click the easiest. And I feel like there is a feeling here of wanting to be kept hidden, but also wanting to reveal yourself to the world. Now, the fear is in revealing yourself to the world, but what we see here with the Queen of Wands, the end goal is to reveal yourself. I see that you guys are coming into a very charismatic period of your life, and that is challenging for you, is what I see. I see that with the Page of Wands, this is something that's brand new. You haven't developed this talent before, but you're feeling like getting out there and making a difference, especially with that Aquarius energy. With the Page of Wands here, I'm also seeing a feeling of wanting to be critically aware of the steps forward that you're taking. You want to plan. You want to figure it out. You want to plan your path forward is what I'm seeing. With the Page of Wands here, with that page analyzing the stick in front of him, you have a passion and you want to pursue it, but you're in almost analysis paralysis mode is kind of what I'm seeing. There is a fear here with the Jack of Spades that you will be taken for all your worth or be ripped off or taken advantage of, or that you'll attract uncouth people to you if you put yourself out there or shine brighter than you have been, essentially. With Two of Wands here, we see that part of your journey into eliminating this fear, well, it's also associated with the Page of Wands too, but I'll get into the Two of Wands right now. Part of your associate to get rid of this fear is to work on planning from the comfort of your home, and then going out and exploring in the world once you've done all the battle plans yourself within the comfort of your own home. I see with this animal on his shoulder, this eagle on his shoulder, that getting advice or feeling support from a companion animal could also ease this fear of yours. Now, remember, this card is your solution. With Trust Your Path, if you knew you would be supported, what would you do? Think about that. Think about if you put yourself out there, if you became someone who was the center of attention, what would you do if you knew that you would be supported? That is the solution. What would you do if you knew that your fans, your admirers, the people that you wanted to love you, you wanted the attention from, what if they were to support you completely and fully? That is your solution. And to trust your path. These feelings of wanting to put yourself out there, to be a little more, or gain a little more, or garner a little more attention are natural. That's what I want to tell you. With Page of Wands, remember, you are a baby at this. You're brand new at this. So some of your attention-getting tactics might seem a little uncouth to others at first. But what I'm seeing is that you do have the support, right? One thing that I'm seeing is that is part of what it is all about. Letting yourself shine and garnering that support from others. Letting other people help you. Letting other people trust you. Remember, it's about finding those people who support you, letting them support you, and letting yourself be open in their presence. With the Queen of Wands, we also have the black cat here. We have the eagle and the black cat. The eagle does also represent Scorpio energy, indicating that there is a vibe of, well, returning back to parts of your childhood when you are showing yourself off in this way. You might actually gain inspiration from previous moments of your childhood or stories told to you in your childhood, maybe ones that you learned in school or learned from a sibling. I feel like these stories are what's going to help you expand in this current phase of your life, to conquer this fear of social. It's almost feeling like anxiety or isolation, wanting to be seen, but choosing not to be seen. With the black cat here, I see that you can still retain your mystery in this period where you're seeking attention. You don't have to reveal your hand fully. You don't have to be an exhibitionist. You just have to put yourself out there and not be afraid of garnering that attention. I do see with the Jack of Spades here, your fear of theft could merely be an illusion. And also that your fear of theft could be turned into great acting ability, performance ability, creative ability. Yes, with the Two of Wands here, planning in your own home could be very important. Having a sanctuary away from the public eye could be very important. A safe space where you can go back to in between getting that attention and retreating into your private sphere. The only trick here is eventually with the Queen of Wands, you're going to want to come out of that sphere. The Queen of Wands does talk about balance between introversion and extroversion. And I do see that this balance or this going back and forth will help you recover in times where you're worried you will have hurt or pain from the outside world. It will let you analyze what you need to do next to reemerge and to keep garnering that attention you seek. With the Queen of Wands here, I do see you become a powerful figure indeed, almost intuitive in a sense as you get in touch with the receptive side of your nature, and you receive attention in a way that not only is making you stand out and having you shine and you putting your best foot forward, but I see that other people are drawn to this and you will attract soul family members and people that will be with you for a long time to come. Remember, just because this dominant authoritarian parent put a damper on your spirit, just because this dominant authoritarian person, I should say, it's not a parent for all of you, put a damper on your spirit, you are still worthy of love. You are still worthy of attention. You are still worthy of being center stage. You guys might have Leo placements. I do see a lot of fixed sign energy, Scorpio, Aquarius, Leos. There could be a battle of feeling like you're stuck in one place, wanting to move but feeling stuck. What a wonderful reading. Remember, trust your path. If you know you would be supported, what would you do? What would you do if you knew when you stepped out of your shell that people would be there to support you on your journey? That was the reading, the end of the reading for today. Thank you for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye. Hello, group 2. This is if you picked the Tangerine Quartz. Let's get into your reading. Okay, so for today's, I'm doing this voice for everyone, guys. Don't freak out. I'm not like a different person right now. Well, I am, sort of, with my voice, but I'm still me. Yay. Okay, so let's get into your reading. So first, I would like to draw a crystal card by Rachel Charman. And the card we have is Balance. The cards are kind of jolting out of the deck today. So if you're feeling tense or having chaotic energy, hopefully this pick a card soothes you. Let's see what else you have today. Let's get your tarot cards out on the table. Your first tarot card is the Five of Wands. Your next tarot card is the Eight of Pentacles. Your next tarot card is the Tower. Your next tarot card is the Hangman, and your last tarot card is the Page of Pentacles. We have a few more cards to pull today. Next, I would like to get you a playing card. Let's see what playing card comes out for this group, group 2. The card is Seven of Diamonds. And last but not least, I'm pulling a Work Your Light Oracle in this time of darkness to shine light on your fear and give you a clear path forward into the future. And your card is Amrama. Can't pronounce that. Where are you being called to journey to? I see your reading and now I will deliver it. Okay, I can't keep a straight face with this group. It's going to be hard to stay in character because I don't know. I feel like you guys are just, I don't know. I don't know what your reaction is actually. But I'm going to keep doing the reading in this voice because that's what I decided. Okay, so maybe I'll do it normal for this group. Five of Wands, here we have, it's like an energy when you were younger of, or just in general, like where this fear stems from, there's this fear of looking foolish in front of others or not coming out on top or being on the same level as others. So there is this vibe of like, oh, I'm always on the same level as others and I'm just normal, or I'm not unique, or I don't have a special aspect to myself. But at the same time with Five of Wands, it's just in general talks about competition among peers. It talks about having to really struggle to come out on top amongst like fellow people in your environment and kind of wanting to be top dog or at least be seen as equal to other people is kind of the vibe I get here. One thing that I'm seeing with your fear, one thing with balance here, you have a fear of balance. I feel like your personality goes to extremes in general. Your personality, I can't do it with this group for some reason. I tried to stay in character for this group, but I couldn't do it. I did it for all of group one. Yeah. So if you're really into the character I was putting on, then you can watch group one too. With balance, I feel like you guys have this fear of being in balance. Like you have a fear of actually being balanced in all areas of life. It's almost like you seek the instability, or there's a feeling that if your life is balanced or stable, you won't feel, what's it called? You won't feel alive, or you won't feel like you're progressing forward. One thing that I'm seeing here with the Eight of Pentacles, you guys have been working a long time in the same vein, pushing with like white hot intensity, just because you don't want to stop working. There's this feeling of I want to keep working, I want to keep working, I want to keep working. If I stop working, disaster is going to hit, is what we see with the Tower here. You feel like if you stop working with the Seven of Diamonds here, that you'll run out of resources, you'll run out of finances, you'll run out of money. So the big fear here is like lack of abundance, lack of prosperity, essentially. There's this fear that you have to keep working no matter what to gain success. Now, this is not that big of a deal, especially if, you found it to be working for you in the past. But what I'm seeing now is your cards with balance are informing me that your life is a little out of balance and you fear stability, like true stability. You might have financial stability taking its toll on you over this job, but you don't have balance. With Irma, your solution card, it says, where are you being called to journey to? And that is the solution, is what is your intuition telling you to go next? Where is it telling you and pushing you to move towards next in life? That is a thing here. And also it could be pushing you into multiple directions, which is going to be normal because you're trying to find life in balance. If your intuition's pushing you in multiple directions at once, I would just pick one and explore it. Because what we're seeing here with the Eight of Pentacles is you've been too focused on perfecting your craft in one talent over and over and over again. And what we're seeing here with the Tower card is this will lead to disaster. The Tower is guarantee of that. You're meant to branch out. You're meant to explore. You're meant to experience life and see things and be in different places. You're meant to I'm getting the image of taking nectar out of a plant like a bee, and that's how you're going to make your honey. You need to go to many different flowers in order to make your honey. If you just went to the same flower, that pollen would run dry. And I see that this flower has provided a lot of bounty for you in the past. It makes sense why you keep going back, but if you're feeling like you're hitting your head up against a brick wall and you're worried about this thing ending, or what am I going to do without this flower, realize there are other flowers out there. Lots of other flowers that need pollination. I am seeing that in order to get reoriented correctly, it's almost like this flower is distracting you a little bit. With the hangman here, one of the things to conquer your fears is to take a pause and time out. Get in touch with your intuition. Feel where you want to go. Where are you being called to go? Where is your path pushing you to go? With the Tower card here, this is just a foreboding of disaster. That disaster could strike if you stick with this one flower for too long. It's almost like, how do I put this? For people who are addicts, right? If they keep doing their drug of choice for a very long time, over and over again, eventually it'll wear them out, hurt them, and make them, go into the hospital, right? This is a bad example, but if you do many different drugs, no, I'm just kidding. The point that I'm getting at is working at this one thing, one vein, could make you too narrow-minded, narrow-focused, not let you see other things in your life, and it's keeping you out of balance, and that could lead to disaster. It's like the scales on the Justice card. You put too much weight on one, and the whole scale will tip over and all the gold will fall out of the scales. You balance the scales. Think of you having multiple scales, not just two, like a weighing of two, but think of multiple. Think of like 5 or 6 scales, and you have your whole life is tilted towards one direction when really you need to put some metal in the other scales and to have it balance out. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting for you guys. With 7 of Diamonds here, there could be a fear of poverty or of something happening suddenly and inexplicably that depletes your finances. I am seeing that if you feel like the universe will provide for you, the universe will provide for you. If you feel and worry about lack or the universe taking something away, the universe will take something away. Remember, focus on what you appreciate. So if you've been working yourself silly at this job and just killing yourself at this job and you don't enjoy it, remember, this is for those of you who don't enjoy what you're doing right now. You have extracted the honey out of it and you're running on empty is kind of what I'm seeing is what's going on. But you keep working in this position out of a fear that there is no honey anywhere else because maybe this flower has provided the best for so long that you don't want to dare jump ship. What I'm seeing is that there are other flowers out there. There is other nectar out there. With the hangman, it's important to take some time to yourself to think, where do I want to go next? Take some time away from this flower if you can. Some of you might not be able to. Maybe this is your main occupation, you're not able to. But take some time, carve out some time throughout your day and figure out what else do I want to be doing with my life right now? Where else is there an imbalance in what's going on in my life right now? With the Page of Pentacles, I do see ultimately you will be beginning some new projects. And I do see this is where the fulfillment comes in. This is where you learn that you actually do enjoy starting new projects. You do enjoy being someone who extracts nectar from many different flowers. I'm going to end your reading there. I enjoyed reading for you. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next Pick a Card. Goodbye. Hello, Group 3. This is if you picked the Candle Quartz. Thank you for coming to today's reading. Hopefully this message is for you. Now on to how to conquer your fear. The first cards I'll be pulling from is the Rachel Charman Crystal cards. Let's see what card wants to come out for Group 3. We have this one, which is Selenite, Spiritual Awakening. Then I would like to pull some tarot cards for you all today. Your cards are the 5 of Pentacles, the 10 of Wands, the Magician, the 10 of Pentacles, and the King of Wands. Your playing card today will be the Queen of Clubs. last, but certainly not least, a card from the Work Your Light Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. This will be part of the solution to overcoming your fear. And we have Pillar of Light, your vibration is rising, you are the Oracle. One thing that I see, first and foremost, with selenite here, spiritual awakening, you are afraid of a spiritual awakening. I feel this group has gone through a spiritual awakening in their past. Maybe a small one, and maybe they feel and sense that a bigger one is coming to them in the present, or in the future, or in the near future. This fear of having another spiritual awakening is frightening, to say the least, I can see. However, this spiritual awakening will be different than your last one by the pure fact that you've gone through one before. You're a lot stronger and a lot wiser now. First and foremost, I want to tell you this. Previously in your past, you've dealt with poverty and almost disease or sickness. This poverty, disease, or sickness has put a hamper on your ability to develop your spirituality. In a way, it becomes your greatest strength, but in a way, it is also your greatest weakness. I see with Five of Pentacles, you have a fear of poverty or a lack mindset. Could be in health or could be in finances. This fear of poverty is getting in your way of accomplishing a great deal. It's getting in the way of your abundance that you will receive in the future. Ten of Pentacles can talk about inheritance that might be coming down the line. Ten of Pentacles can also talk about family and generational wealth, having enough wealth in this lifetime to provide for people in the future and family in your generations to come. With Ten of Wands here, I do see that you're a very hard worker, extremely hardworking. We are not pulling that into question. You have the ability to get things done and to work pretty consistently in any vein that you choose. You have the ability to take on many responsibilities. The fear here is in not having the correct tools to accomplish the tasks at hand. The fear here is not having the correct mindset to do the work, let's put it effortlessly or as efficiently as possible. With the Ten of Wands here, I do see that you do take on quite a lot, but you take on tasks that you maybe work a little too hard at. You might, with the right tools, which we see here in the Magician card, have a lot easier time working with things that you are naturally given that you haven't quite accessed yet. This is where the spiritual awakening comes in, because with the Magician here, this spiritual awakening is going to enlighten you to a new set of abilities that you have within yourself. These abilities will make the workload 10 times easier as you drop each one of these wands in favor of a form of enlightenment. With the Ten of Pentacles, for every wand that you drop in the present through the Magician card will be another pentacle you will gain in the future as these skills are developed. It is important to develop skills at this time. That is one of the solutions for your fear, to focus on developing skills and getting the correct tools needed. These could be physical tools, or these could be mental tools. These could even be emotional tools. These could be lessons you need to learn for the work ahead. For example, anyone being a counselor, if you've helped your friends your entire life and tired effortlessly, what am I talking about? If you've really just put the most effort into helping your friends, but sometimes it doesn't seem to go over that well, or you have to put in so much effort to just accomplish one little task with them, you're going to be giving tools, knowledge, information that will help you accomplish these tasks with relatively little effort. You won't have to try so hard or take the hard way around situations. You'll be able to take the easy way that is also the way that can get you the most benefit, the most bang for your buck, so to speak. The Magician talks about having the tools necessary for spell casting. It talks about having the tools necessary to manifest your reality. It's one of the first steps in achievement. We also see achievement here with the strength card, with the infinity symbol over here. So the balance is garnering what you need versus having the strength and fortitude to be consistent with it. We see you have the strength and fortitude to be consistent in the Ten of Wands. The Magician just talks about acquiring new tools and new abilities to make your life more effortless and more efficient. This efficiency is going to save a lot of energy and a lot of effort and give you twice the amount of energy to provide for your family. With spiritual awakening, this is what must be gone through to gain these new tools. There is a feeling that if I go through a spiritual awakening, I will weaken myself and I won't be able to accomplish the tasks on my plate. But what I'm seeing is going through this spiritual awakening will bring you the enlightenment you need and the easing of responsibilities through having the right tools to take on those responsibilities in a more efficient way. With the Queen of Clubs here, I see that you guys are incredibly intuitive, incredibly perceptive. With the Queen of Clubs here, you could also be somewhat dominating, is what I'm seeing. But at the same time, with the Queen of Clubs here, I see that through this spiritual awakening, one of the tools you will be accessing is your intuition. It will be growing and it will be expanding. It will help you through the tough times, or the times that we could say could be quote unquote tough, because I do see you kind of transcending those. This is a spiritual awakening that you will know how to navigate because you've been through one before. This is going to be easier than the last time for sure. With King of Wands here, I do see you become somewhat of someone who is ready to help at any given time, rather than tiring yourself out with responsibility over responsibility. Over time, you become a person who is able to take on projects when they arise, but otherwise keeps yourself in the ready and waiting position. This is a good thing because it means that you have the ability to oversee what's going on, act when needed, and be ready to act when needed, but at the same time be able to stay relaxed, sit in your throne, and rule your kingdom. The solution, the main solution to your fear, the fear of this spiritual awakening, the fear of altering and changing yourself and of growing in your life, growing your intuition, becoming more intuitive and perceptive. We have here with the Pillar of Light, your vibration is rising, you are the oracle. Remember, when you feel yourself filled with this spiritual energy, your vibration is rising. You are changing. With you are the oracle, you are the one that can see the future, not the one that needs to go to pick-a-cards or go to tarot readers to see the future. You are the one that is the oracle. You are the one that has the ability to pave your own path. Remember this when you're going through your spiritual awakening, as I do see that you are going to be very, very prophetic during this period. Being the oracle for others could help sharpen your intuition and help push you through this spiritual awakening. What does that mean? I mean giving to others, sharing your gifts with others. When you're getting these tools, when you're receiving these tools, still continue to help others. I see that that is going to bring you a lot of blessings during this spiritual awakening, something that I think you will actually end up enjoying quite a bit through the process. This Pillar of Light card is also a motto or a thing to think about as you're going through this spiritual awakening that you feel coming on. Remember, your vibration is rising, not falling. It is rising. I feel that this is very different to your last spiritual awakening where you had a lot of hardship or struggle or trauma in the past. With the Five of Pentacles, a fear might be with the spiritual awakening that it did leave you destitute or without money or in ill health. This next spiritual awakening, not the same. You've grown in spades since this previous spiritual awakening and you are ready for this one. Remember that as you conquer your fear. Thank you for watching. This is the end of your reading. This is the end of all the piles today. This is the end of your pick a card pile. I will see you guys in the next one or in a future reading on my channel. Goodbye.